Hey people, welcome back. I want us to talk about the situation with the ESPN producer who went live on TV. It says he was mourning. When you look at the way Kendrick Perkins was talking, his breath shows he was the one making all of these signs. First of all, on the set, there are a lot of people on the set. It's not like everyone is in a private room. I don't know how the ESPN is being set up, but every news media that I've seen, the way they set up is a whole team. So I wasn't even buying the whole idea. So I went to the internet and I did a little bit of research, and I found out that it was actually Kendrick Perkins. And if you look at the interview itself very well, you will see that every time he had to talk or he wasn't like every time he was breathing was when he tried to talk, and maybe he was giving space for the other person to talk. So it was like catching his breath at times. Like
Vision. I'm just focused on the reason why. The reason why is
so let's just talk a little bit on that and just let it go. So let me read what a famous news blog says. The basketball world is buzzing right now as the first set of NBA games are set to commence. The next few days will determine the seedings of the upcoming playoffs, with the playing games bearing huge repercussions. Sport media is naturally all over every breaking story, including ESPN and its flagship daily sports show, First Take. Stephen A. Smith is a cause of the crown jewel in the First Take, supported by host Molly Querim and a revolving door of guests including Kendrick Perkins. I think with the other person should be Molly Querim. I don't know. So let's not talk too much about that. I just wanted to share light a little bit about that because I saw some people sharing out the false information out there, like it was a producer, an ESPN producer that was morning live on TV, and they were really throwing all of this shit at ESPN. So shout out to ESPN, they're still doing their work, from childhood till now. I think that's been the most consistent sport media that is out there. Yeah, so let's go straight into so Elon Musk on the BBC was having an interview.
The hateful content was high.
Well,
That's false.
no. What I
He
claimed.
just lied.
He used every aspect of his intelligence against this interviewer. So I want to point this out. If the interviewer went into that interview more prepared, he would have gotten Elon Musk, because if Elon Musk asked that, can you give me an example, and this guy at all had an example, a random example from anywhere, like in that moment he couldn't think of even one. Just can you imagine? That is how I tested the level of knowledge this guy had. The level of knowledge he had, natural instinct. Because apart from what you prepared, apart from what the news media gave you to come and ask Elon Musk, what did you personally prepare to come and ask? What did you personally prepare in case? They gave you the questions to ask him, but they didn't give you the answers he will answer. That's the problem. When he said he keeps getting hate speech on his news feed and everything, I knew for sure that you cannot say that without having an idea, without having an example. Like any normal intelligent person speaking with somebody, they always use your words against you. So while you're talking, they put themselves in the moment. When I look at Elon Musk's body posture, then he sat like this. I said, oh boy, he's trying to be in this moment. He's trying to get every bit of this interview. And then later on, the questions come. He changed his body posture and his one hand is on his knee, and now he's firing back at this person asking the questions. You cannot come to interview Elon Musk claiming to know. You either go in like you don't know. Like for example, when you saw Elon Musk doing an interview with Joe Rogan, or he did an interview with one of these famous podcast guys. I think I'll just drop his picture. I don't know his name. If you see those interviews, they were successful because those guys were not trying to, alongside with Joe Rogan, those people were not trying to show Elon Musk that they know something. They were trying to learn. They were trying to clarify their doubts because Elon Musk is so mystical. Everything about everything around Elon Musk is not really clarified to the world. If you look in PayPal, if you look around Twitter, if you look around Facebook, if you look around every popular thing right now in the world, Elon Musk has a hand in it. Why? So if you meet him, you cannot claim to know so much. You seek to acquire as much information as possible. Okay, you went to the second question about the COVID situation. Come on, bro. Come on. I don't know who did this wrong. I don't know if we should blame the journalist or we should blame BBC itself. But you cannot go to interview Elon Musk. It wasn't even an interview. It was some sort of a debate. You cannot go in for a debate against Elon Musk. You cannot put a journalist to debate against Elon Musk. Come on, put somebody in the tech world to debate against him. They are worlds apart. So now you are trying to measure. Now we can say the journalist is dumb because that they are worlds apart. He's asking questions related to technical things. And now Elon Musk is asking him questions back he cannot even answer. Even though they were very simple questions of life, it wasn't too technical about, but of course, bro, they were speaking different languages. He was speaking from a base. I could understand what he's talking about. But but because I actually resonate on both fields, I cannot understand Elon Musk well as well. Because me, normally, I will ask the same questions. When I'm having a conversation with somebody in daily life, I take my time, I listen to them talk, and then I try to select everything that is useful. Even I could pick up just 2 things from the whole conversation and I keep it in me. So much so that in the next 200 years you meet me, I will bring out those 3 things. You know that at least I took importance in you, in what we're talking about. That is just the secret of life. People don't take people have a lot of passive conversation and they move, they forget a lot, they don't have retentive memories. Well, for a while now, Rumble has been a thing in the internet. So if any content creator doesn't know about Rumble, then you are either sleeping or you are, I don't know, DUMB. It's just like creating shorts on YouTube. If you have a channel and you don't have plans on putting shorts, then, or you're not putting shorts on it, then your video is not going to be compared to those that have channels with shorts on them. You know what I'm saying? So Dana White has signed with with Rumble. He has signed with Rumble to broadcast the MMA on Rumble. And if you know how much the MMA is going to be in the next 5 years, you know this is a big thing. At first sight, when Rumble came around, I thought about it because from where I come, Cameroon, when a product is in the market, when a product is in the market and it's so successful, it's in the heart of the people, in the heart of everyone, the consumers and the customers, immediately the same company creates some sort of a counter product, like the same product but with a different brand and everything, and it's like they are competing. Us the consumers and the buyers, we have no idea that these 2 products belong to the same people, to one person. We are fighting ourselves, saying that this one is unhealthy, this one is healthy, this one does that, this one does that. But at the end of the day, these people that are producing it know what they are doing. Because come on, if you're in the market and you have just one product and it's like a monopoly, like when you have that too much power of monopoly, first of all, the government put a lot of eye on you. There are a lot of things that people say about you. For example, you have dirty things, you have that. People are bringing cases against you, but you have like a counterpart, a competitor. Well, that's the word. It is called competitor. You don't want to be the only power in the market. Of course, it's good to be the only power, but when you have a competitor, it's better because people take eyes on you. And the best thing is have you being a competitor again. Come on, bro, that's crazy. When I saw Rumble coming up, I feel like YouTube has something to do with it. Because come to think about it, for how many years has YouTube been the thing? And YouTube is still the biggest thing, the biggest video streaming media in the world. I can bet my life YouTube is the best. So why not just dissolve it a little bit, bring up a certain thing? Let's be like it's Rumble, because people started, because YouTube is kind of like already so famous, and it has a lot of educative content that it doesn't want to involve itself in some certain things that are against the law, especially. So maybe I feel like maybe they went and created another media, then where they could allow the things that are not being allowed on YouTube. All the censoring on YouTube. Then on Rumble, I think there's no censoring there, so you can upload what you cannot upload on YouTube. You upload on Rumble, because I heard that the Rumble as well has a great fan base and it pays well as well. So why not just whatever you want to say it on Rumble? You must not say the unnecessary things on YouTube. Find yourself arguing with YouTube about their policies and law. Just go to Rumble and post what you feel like you want to post. There's no censorship, and I feel like the company belongs to the same people. So we will close up with jail. Every young person that feels like jail is a thing for you, let me tell you, in the United States, the inmates are being eaten by bed bugs. It's funny, right? You wouldn't believe this. I woke up this morning and I went to my, Instagram. I was looking at my news feed. And boom, I fell on the message. And it says, an inmate has been eaten by bed bugs alive. Someone that is physically fit, someone that has no wounds on him, someone that has no injuries, ulcers on him, was being eaten alive by bed bugs. Can you imagine how wild this bed bugs could be? Can you imagine how wild this cell could be? This jail cell could be? I don't know what happened. I'm not gonna say this happened or not. But if this is actually what happened, then bro, It's not a place we all want to go. This is just advice for the young people. Look at the jail cell someone is being put in. Come on, bro. Don't you want freedom? Well, I wrote some laws. I wrote some little things I wish for myself till I leave Earth. I wish never to get into trouble with the law. I wish never to have any issues with the police. I must not necessarily support them, but I must not disrespect them either. You know, that's the situation I find myself in with life. If I'm moving my way, you tell me hello, we have a good time, chat, and we move on. If I have to gather something from our conversation, I gather and we move on. If nothing from there suits my way of life, I'm long gone. That's why some people come back and they start telling you sorry on things that they did 10 years ago or 20 years ago, and you are long gone with it, because it's like, to you, man, I didn't gain from there, so why do I even pay my attention there, and you are long gone from it. One last message: please tell Wiz Khalifa we don't see enough of his shit already. Thank you. Ciao. Thank you for getting to this point of the video. Please subscribe, share, and like. Ciao.